Yo, what is good everybody? Welcome along to yet another Serum tutorial. This one's on bass house. It is going to be a thick, juicy bass house bass, so stay tuned, and it sounds like this. Now this is a pack from one of our Serum bass house packs, Invictus. It is called Shake Saucer, so I'm going to pretty much recreate it from the ground up and show you guys essentially how to do it. So let's get started. First off, you're going to need Serum, if that's not obvious already. First wavetable is basic, WRD, and also basic shapes for OS2 as well. For the wavetable position on OS-A, we're going to crank it all the way to the right, and we're going to leave OS-B as is. We want a sine wave for this. Octaves, -2 for the first one, and -1 for the second. That may be a fat bass line, but it's not a juicy bass. Modulation for first OS is going to be, of course, FM from B, and for the second, it's going to be sync window half. Kind of a cool sound. We'll come back to adjusting all those parameters. For the time being, we just want to get the fundamentals down, and also the sub, triangle, and down to. But with this, you can hear the phases out. Some notes the sub is coming through really strong, and others it's just not. So we're going to go ahead and turn randomization off for 1, and I don't think it matters for 2 as well, because we're going to drop this level. Now we get a very consistent sound for every single note that plays. Nice. And for our filter, we're going to go ahead and select an all pass, which you can find in miscellaneous. Just adding some subtle differences there. And that is the fundamentals done. Now we can move on to the fun stuff like the LFO mapping and the effects to make it larger than life. So for our first LFO, we're going to change this to a bar. I'm going to create this kind of weird shape. And we're going to go ahead and map that to the modulation of OS-B. And turn on trigger. There's LFO1 done. LFO2, we're also going to map this to the same modulator. This is kind of where our vibrato-y sound comes through. So we're going to drop that. We don't want that much modulation for this bit. Trigger and 1/16. Nice. Actually, let's bump this tempo up to 128. That might make it sound a bit more healthy. And that is LFO2 done, nice and easy. LFO3 is the main kind of mapping. It's where we get our side chainy sound from, and just more expression to the sound. So we're going to leave this as a quarter and create this kind of shape. Up, and then descending. I'm going to map this to all passes, just a little bit here. I'm going to turn down OS-A's volume, and leave it on that. I'm going to turn down sub volume, and leave it on that. And this is fundamentally our main sound, but it's not quite polished yet, so that's where the effects come in handy. Of course, hyperdimension expander, just subtle amounts on both size and mix to make it wide. Distortion, lots of distortion. I'm gonna change this to soft clip. Okay, why is this off? Need it be on trigger. Phaser. Rate, we're going to leave that there. Depth, drop it a bit. And frequency as well. But that's a way too bassy and notchy, so we're going to bring the mix down. Just a subtle amount of the phaser effect right there. Delay, we're going to use this in a way to kind of create a metallic-y effect and also make it a little bit wider as well. So we're going to drop the feedback. We're going to do the last LFO mappings, which is on the feedback here, and turn the mix down and drag it and drop it onto the mix there. That sounds like ass. So change that to ping pong. Be around here. Turn BPM off so we can manually control the left and the right. without locking it to the tempo. I'm gonna drop this maybe 14. So you can kind of hear a metallic sound come through now. Oh yeah. Now it wouldn't be a Serum preset without some multi-band compression, mainly OTT, so click that right there. There's the drive, there's the grit. Nice! And the last effect, EQ, gonna create a notch. Maybe around there. Up to you if you want to have this little notch with the EQ. I reckon it sounds quite cool just having a little bump there as opposed to... No, it's just... Yeah! And that is the sound, but one thing I would muck around with though, control how much LFO is affecting the modulator. I reckon that sounds quite cool. And that is the Serum sound. Hopefully you did learn a thing or two. Like I said at the start, it is from our Bass House Serum pack Invictus. If you want to cop that, link will be in the description. Have fun with the sound. It's very juicy, it's very lasery, and it's very bass housey. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace!